Another way of using our DBlookup tool is matching the data with DBlookup with a data element that I use at eFlow. Let me show an example. First, let's skip this. Let's start with a task form and let's bring a table from SQL Server Management Studio at a task form. Then let's take a data with DBlookup from that table. Let's say list new data element at string form, and let's make it pop-up select at eFlow database. But first we've got to create the query. For the query, let's go to SQL Server Management Studio to the same table that we used, and it's training table. As you see, we have code definition, email address, 3 columns, 5 rows. Let's write a query. For example, select code definition from training. Let's execute it. Alright, with this query, I've got these results. So I just copy this query and at eFlow, when I create a pop-up select, and if I use eFlow database, then I can use this query. Alright, then when I use that query, let's get, for example, company A's email address. So for that, I'm gonna use DBlookup, and at this task form I want to show only the lists, and at this DBlookup, let's create a query, or maybe just email address. So let's create the query, the email address. For example, new query, this time select email address from training where code equals nine 01, execute it, and it's the company A's email address. So I take this query, I will use that query at eFlow, and I write the query here. Now what I've got to do is just matching the datas, and in order to match the datas, I'll create a new data element like email. Alright, email, and I want to list it at the new task form, at a new task form. Let's select the task form, and at this task form I want only to show read only the email. Alright, let's save the process and let's activate it. Now let's check the results with a new process. As you see the lists. I want company A's email address, and it's info@companyaa.com. So it's another way of using DBlookup, but not always with a command like this. I can use, instead of this code, a code that I already have in the process. It's just an example.